Hey, everybody. Welcome to day 111 of Reseller Reflections, a day in the life of a full-time reseller supporting her family. It is Friday, September 27th. It's about 8 p.m. here on the East Coast, and I'm just finishing up my day. Very interesting and good day. I must say, we did a recap live of our experience with eBay Open 2024, and we had a special guest, the Santee Swapper, join us, Jason Spangler. So that was a lot of fun to learn some of the things about what everybody else appreciated and learned. So check that out if you haven't or if you're interested. Today's word is, well, first, we did meet our sales goal, so 2 days running here. I must say Molly is at an all-time, she is breaking an all-time record for sales in 1 week. Very proud of her, very happy for her. She was trying really hard to get there, and she did this week. So just shout out, great job, way to stick to it and really nail it, Molly. All right. So the word of the day today is, my word of intention today was serenity, because there is something I absolutely love. I have it by my front door. It is the serenity prayer. And it is, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I believe this is so utterly profound. It really is great for any moment in time, especially stressful times. And when a lot of things that are going on that we cannot control. So, all right. And I do need to just say, all right, I am a huge Seinfeld fan, like ridiculously huge Seinfeld fan. And I can't help but, every once in a while when I think about Serenity, like when I wrote Serenity down, the first thing I thought of was the episode, the Serenity Now episode, where, George's father and Kramer do the whole Serenity Now thing. If you haven't seen it, it's hilarious. But that's not the kind of Serenity Now I'm talking about. Just the best episode. All right. One of the best episodes. There's so many good ones. But Serenity and why this is so powerful to me, maybe to you too. I have, shared this with my children in times of stress, with, friends, family. It is something that I often repeat to myself throughout the day. And I was curious, of course, about, the origins of the Serenity Prayer, where it came from, why, maybe what kind of philosophy it was. We probably all know it's been adopted by Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, right? It was adopted by them. It came long before Alcoholics Anonymous and 12-step programs, but they have adopted that. And, but all right, its roots are elsewhere. It's most commonly attributed to a Protestant theologian, thought to have written it in the early 1930s. But the whole concept behind it, there's actually some debate over, where it actually came from, but the roots of it are absolutely in Stoicism. And so this is like a Greco-Roman philosophy that it really emphasizes the distinction between things we do not have the power to change and things we do have the power to change. And this is so powerful in every aspect of life, in business, in, how we look at the world. It really can change your day and your attitude. Just this, serenity prayer. And I don't know. I think the word prayer, I'm not a particularly religious person. I'm also not part of a 12-step program, but I guess that's why I was so curious as to, why I found this just to be just so profound. But anyway, all right. So I think it works for anybody, whether you're religious, whether you're, not, whether you're part of a 12-step program, or whether you're not. It is just absolutely powerful the more you think about it. So Stoics believe that the strong value judgments about things outside of our control lead to excessive fear and desire, which is unhealthy and obviously, right? So anyway, all right, things we can control and things we can't control. And really the wisdom of knowing the difference between those things. Often when we get stressed or when, things seem out of control, it is, a common piece of advice to really focus on the things that we do have control of. And we were talking about this in our motivation in minutes the other day. We weren't using the Serenity prayer or anything. However, we got to talking about this, and one of our members was like, let's, really focus on what we can control, right? And one of the examples she used was, sometimes we're looking at our sales number, right? Our sales number is out of our control. What is in our control? How many items we can list, things we can work on in our business, all of those things. Like, let's focus on the things that we can control. I mean, the outcome is often sales, and it's directly correlated, but it is not something we have direct control over. So it's not really a great thing to focus on. So what are some other things? Like, I often, my kids are out living their lives. They're young adults. One just graduated from college, and the other is a sophomore in college. Yeah, so there's a lot of loss of control there. And when you have kids, it's like your heart is walking outside of your body, right? And you can't control it. It's brutal. It's the most wonderful thing, and it's the hardest thing in the world to be a parent. But there are certain things we can control, even about our, children or the relationship. And there are certain things that we just have to say, all right, you know what? That is out of my control. There are things in the world that we, can control, and things we can't, and we can't control another person. I love, and probably be talking about this at some point, the Mel Robbins theory. Oh, lots of people have the theory of let them, because you can't control another person, and how freeing that is. So that's one of the ways you can use that wisdom and know the difference between things. You can control your reaction. You control how you interact with the world, but you cannot control what other people do. It's just out of our control. So I think just, saying the Serenity prayer just really makes us think about that on a deeper level. Like, what is it? Like I said, a lot of times when we're stressed and things seem to be spiraling, it is so good to think about, wait, back up. Is this thing that I'm, spiraling about, is this thing that's causing me stress, is it in my control? A lot of it won't be. And that's part of the reason that we get so stressed, because we're not just letting them, or, letting or focusing on the things that we do have control over. So I don't know, try it next time things seem to be spiraling. I hope you find it as powerful as I do. That's why I just really wanted to talk about that and share it and give you a little bit of the history of it. I thought it was fascinating. All right, so here we go. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. All right, whoever it's attributed to, thank you. All right, one of the things we can control is resetting to zero. We can control our workspace. We can control that part of our environment. And joining me in resetting to zero and getting ready for the next day are Jill of Rusted Truck Relics, Jason the Santee Swapper, Char Fabulous Flamingos, Kathy Singz, Nick Mr. C Chats, Vanessa Brightest Holidays, the Diabetic Reseller, Judith R, and Pam of Whimsy and Such. So thank you guys for joining me on this challenge. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening right after you reset to zero. And remember to really focus on the things that you do have control over, and it will make all the difference. All right. Bye-bye. I'll see you on day 112.